Okay, Helen, hello. I think we are live. I'm just gonna do a quick sound test. And Pete and Lolt. Hello, it's me. Okay. So just checking that we're okay. How's the audio, guys? Everyone watching? And is it coming through okay? So let me just press this. I'll check myself at this end as well. So if there's any feedback. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, hello. Just had a thank you, Drew. Thank you for confirming. So I was a bit slow to set up. I wasn't gonna do a stream, but I thought let's do some modeling, and we're gonna work on the next daydream in the White Lotus. So when I say daydream, we have these. If you visit the White Lotus, which is well, there's a URL at the bottom right. It's a place that you can just sort of walk up and up. Sorry, 2 seconds. I got my Alexa's just fired up. Don't want that. It's gonna be randomly talking to me. I need to unplug that. I never use it. Does anyone actually use the relaxer anymore? Aha! Great. So what we need is like ChatGPT or like llama powered versions of Alexa. That would be good. Okay, so I'm gonna try and create a simple terrain, and I'm also just gonna put a bit of a DJ bot inside the White Lotus when I do that, because I could see I've got some people in there already. So yeah, I'll be in the White Lotus in about, probably, what time is it? About an hour and a half is when I'll be in there. But there's people in there already. They're probably just in there, chilling, chatting, catching up at the end of the day. The White Lotus is for people aged 25 and over. It is a virtual bar, club, all of the above. And it's something that I've been running for about the last year and a half, with a lot of help from my friends, and it's a wonderful place that people like to sort of go and socialize every night, because obviously going out these days is expensive, and it's completely free. So we have some music on to dance. Oh wait, Brooke takes really we've really got a button there. We should turn that off. That's funny. Okay, that's good. Bless him. Thank you, Brooke Tech. If you're out there, thank you so much. It's wonderful. I have such amazing friends. They'll always step in if I don't even have to ask them to. It's so wonderful. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll be in the White Lotus in about an hour and a half, but for now, this is the basic layout of the main hall with no theming. So I'm gonna have a look at doing the next theme. Before I start that, actually, I'm gonna quickly grab myself an amazing beer from the fridge. Won't be a sec. Here we go. Now, just in case anyone's worried, I'm only drinking beer because it's been a lovely, warm, sunny day, and there's something in my breeding that every time we have a lovely, warm, sunny day, I just want to drink beer at the end of it. Because in Wales, we don't get any lovely sitting face. So anyway, enough didgeridoo. Let's start modelling. So I'm not going to give away what I'm doing, because that will ruin the surprise. But I've had an idea for the next daydream. The daydream is an interior that we can swap around on the fly. There's fascinating things. So we have already a dance and EDM club with a swirling galaxy and a moving dance floor and lots of dancing podiums so people can strut their stuff and get it there on a Friday night and, you know, spin round poles. It's great fun. And then we obviously have the cozy loft experience, which is for when we want a more sidle, lighter sort of Sunday afternoon sort of vibe, where everyone can just jump on beanbags and chat to each other. It's always very nice. Yeah. So this one's going to be a little bit different. I've had a bit of an idea. Well, technically it was Roll Right who gave me the idea. after a bit of experimentation. And I thought, hey, now there's a good idea. But again, sorry guys, you have to stay tuned because I don't want to blow away what the idea is. Because it was an absolute doozy. So I'm just going to apply a subdivision simple surface to this, okay? And then just do that to sort of 6 levels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then add another modifier, which is going to be a displacement modifier. Now, this is going to be a little bit random, okay? Get ready for this, because if I say new texture, I want to call this like landscape, okay? Here. Landscape is the name of the texture. And then I want to go into textures down here. And you can see this is the landscape texture. And simply what I say is the type is going to be a kind of a noise. Now there's a lot to choose from here, guys. Now Stucci, Voronoi. I'm guessing these are named after mathematicians. And I'm going to go with Stucci for now. May go for Voronoi. But you see Stucci gives us a pattern a lot like this to look at, which is wonderful. Now if I bring this into sort of more of a modeled look, you can kind of see, look at that bullshit. That's amazing. I love it. So I'm just going to pop this beer open now. This is great. Procedurally generated surfaces. I do want to do more with displacement and not the random variance versions. No. Oh, that's a good beer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to up the size to make it a little bit more even. Now the turbulence, we're going to say, hey, it'll make a good starting shape, but I'm not, yeah, we're going to try improved Perlin, I think. Perlin is always quite famous for doing really amazing land masses, okay? So if I just up this and then it'll, oh, come on, set that turbulence. So unfortunately, it's not doing the magic, is it? It's too random. Stucci. So, sorry. Let's have a look around. What have we got? Clouds, maybe? What could I do here? Soft clouds. Yes. That's improved Perlin. Let's try upping that. Can I up that to like 40? What happens? Oh, it does let me override. See, the min-max wouldn't let me cycle. This now is. So, let's get a little side view. The depth I want to up quite significantly. Cool. So type. Are you guys seeing this quite clearly at the moment? It's I appreciate it's probably quite difficult to see. I wonder if wireframing it now. Wireframing it doesn't help. Ouch. Sorry, an itchy ear tonight. Oh, by the way, if anyone hasn't clicked like on the YouTube video, please do so. It does help me out. Thank you so much. Oh. So that's very interesting. I'm going to just set that back to here. So, remember we've got, this is the actual texture that we're dealing with. Set that up to 4. The depth, I really want to go higher, but I think actually if I jump back to modifiers, guys, what's going to happen here is when I look at the displacement, I can actually adjust the strength in here. So this is the modifiers tab with the displacement. Subdivision, if I just turn that off for a sec, you'll see what happens. With that subdivision, you haven't subdivided the plane to be able to distort it. So that's incredibly important. And you can make that smooth. Like if you want. There are ways to further subdivide it. I'll go into that just yet. Try and keep the subdivisions down though, because you can smooth it. What you're seeing here is flat shading. And if I jump into here, I can actually say shade smooth. So let's just press things F3 and I say smooth. There'll be an option to object, shade smooth. And if I just click that, you'll see it comes out a lot smoother, like casted. So, but honestly, remember this is supposed to be rendered in a game engine, so it can't be incredibly complex. That's not how it works. If I up the strength, look what happens. Whoa, that's mental. So this is the actual displacer, for which is nice. Okay, but I don't want my landscape to look that. jaggedy, I guess. I want it to look quite smooth. So I'm gonna hop back. Now you'll notice I'm not using like a dedicated some landscape rendering engine like maybe Gaia, and you didn't see me do some Gaia last week. And that's a skill set of its own, which I'm not quite ready to play with more of, but it'll sink in. I find when I'm picking up new skill, I have to keep jumping back and forth all the time. So if I just put in this size now as being maybe, I don't know, 6, what happens? So again, we're getting some nice shapes here. There's definitely a plan. It might just be that I've perhaps got this set too complex, but let's up that size to maybe 9 now. Oh, hello. Am I Indian male? I'm not Indian male, and so sorry, ghosted. And a ghosted is a clamor play on words. Thank you very much. That's actually quite a nice shape, look. Yeah. It's actually got the sort of the effect that I wanted in there. So I'm gonna rename this to landscape. Okay. If I add a plane in here, and this is gonna be maybe the water, and we're gonna give this a bit of a color, okay? So if I just say new, let's say mini grease water. Okay, we're gonna give this a base color of wait. We have lots of messages. Am I British? Ghosted? You're either here for the Blender tutorial or you're not, mate. These are innocuous questions. I won't be entertaining them. Then we have an understanding. Alright. Okay. Or as I like to say in Horizons, it's not a dating app. Right, it's G and X. B and X. We'll just pull this water level over to here. Mr. Ghost Guide. G and Y. Then to here. Can't, but make sure that's okay. Wonderful. Okay, so you can see already we've got some kind of like a land thing going on, and I've done that just by placing this water level sort of quite far down. In reality, I probably want to raise this up a bit, so if I just say, you know, hey, raise it on the Z, maybe turn off that. I'm just up to here a bit, and that could be quite nice. Oh, okay. So the mid-level could be interesting. Let's play with that. Okay, so that really controls quite a few things. Now, I may have to... Maybe it's not the strength that I want particularly. Okay. And if I jump back to perhaps... this. Let's see, what can we do with the depth? If I take that then to 0, what happens? Oh, look at that! That's created quite a smooth little map, look, so... set depth to 1. Ooh. Yeah, much smoother, isn't it? If I set that to 100, what happens? Oh, dear God, that goes all the way out the window. Actually, it doesn't let me go up to 100, it stops me at 30. So if I see now 2... If I see now 4... Take it back to maybe 3. I don't know what this is. Nav is? I've never come across this before. Let's try playing with it. Doesn't seem to have any effect. That's great. So, the side on the other hand, let's try. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's done good things. Like, it's done very good things. We've actually got ourselves a nice little baddie there. Like, that's so wonderful. Okay, so if I now just rotate this on the Z, maybe 90 degrees. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, I know what it is. So it's because the origin of this shape is stupidly over here because I added it in edit mode. So to fix that, I'm gonna, that'll give you a demo of that. Look, if I rotate it on the Z, you can actually see, look, it rotates around what it thinks the origin is, which, well, it is the origin, but that's not the center. So to center that origin, we say origin to geometry. It moves to the center. But that has kind of messed up my shape a bit because the origin appears to affect the way this thing is rendered. But if I roll it on the Z-axis, which is the up-down 90 degrees, creates some fixture required. Let's just when we can always sculpt these things if we need to. That is okay. By the way, anyone watching on YouTube, please feel free to hit the like button. It does help me. If you're watching on Twitch, please do hit the follow button, or at least consider it. I'll also subscribing on YouTube would be cool too. Yeah. So, but let's just. Okay, I think that's okay. But I need to go back to the texture now and start playing with this. So. Size. Is there an offset in here? Tones? No, it's not. Okay. So if I just change the size here. Oh wow, man. It's any proof pair now. What original Perlin? What have we got here? Well, it kind of stops me there. But okay. 2 and type hard. Look, please, see that. No, more hard, really just soft. You know, that actually was quite a nice contrast. With sort of... not quite what I'm in mind. I think with depth should be more around sort of the 3 mark. So, if I just press this button here. Just the size... So look, I need something better than that. That's not... Let's have a little jump around, have we? So, oh. So that's cool. A height take with mid-low bam. Oh, level up. Okay, strength. So there's a bit of adjustment with this, just getting the combination of this. Can I pull this out at all? No, I can't do that. So, oh yeah. That's harsh, isn't right? Hell nice. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Amazing. We're back to Blender Original. So this fun cloud. I'm gonna see what else have we got. What have we got? Is it Zoranoi? Marba might do seems. Oh, Jesus, look at that. That's crazy. So if we say size back to... Yes, I guess. Take that down. Values those confusing. Second the basis. Fine cotton sharp. Oof. I mean erasable. Let's set the size to 0. Set the depth to 0, tablets to 0, the noise to 0, on Nabia, whatever it is. That's not doing anything whatsoever. Oh, this has not been Walker, isn't it? Yeah, we just do my Perlin. Actually, sorry, we'll go back to maybe clouds? Then just try Stucci a sec. Oh, Christ, that's not what I want. Voronoi, maybe wood? No, absolutely not. Magic? No. Distorted noise. See, at this point, I could go off and get a pre-generated height map image. So black and white height map image, and I could feed that in, but yeah, no, I shouldn't have to do that. Now set it back to to clouds. I've noticed it's gone to colour. We choose it back to black and white. And then let's set the size to quite large. So I think the size can go, what's the biggest size it can go? Oh, I've set to 100. That was odd. So it's a 50. Let's go lower than 50. Maybe I did 25. Let's go lower than 25. Maybe I go 15. Maybe we go a bit lower again. Maybe 10. I mean, we're getting there. Oh, there's an offset in here, though. That C thing. I'm not seeing offset. But it's kind of heading the right direction. It's just not. Yeah. That's not right. So I'm going to set that. We'll adjust the mid-level so that comes up to about here. So that's kind of the right shape. Kind of. Am I, do need to keep the strength down a bit. Hey, all good fun. Yeah, this one's going to be a lot of fun to make, but getting the setup for it is going to be interesting. Very interesting. So, strength there, mid-level. Jump back to the texture. So, size we're going to pull. Ooh. You would be depth, I think. I'll keep the depth relatively simple, I think. 100k. Type hard E. Yeah, and stock in the results from here. Oh, let's for some another 3 of beer. Wonderful. So I'm after something that looks like a sort of a two mountains with like a sort of a windy river going down it, or thereabouts. I'll accept something close to it. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, tell you what, I was eating some food earlier. I know a bit of pepper stuck at the back of my throat, and it's quite prominent. And whoa, I always get stuck with terrain generation these days. It's I need to spend a bit more time with this, but anyway, let's move on. So I'm gonna just add a new creation. Oh, I've got Cody and last landscape add-on. Let me have a little look. Because I've been playing with Gaia a bit recently, but Blender I know has its own built-in thing. Another noise tool, landscape and displays. Ew. Group and basic landscape, as Alan provides exactly that. 4 out of 5 stars. Great, good job. Ooh, okay. I will check that out and bookmarking that. That's a good suggestion. Thank you, Ju. That's a good suggestion. I'm gonna move on from landscaping now, but yeah, I like the sound of that. It's like I found a maze generator that was in one of the Blender repositories a while back, and that was a pro. I didn't use it. I just created the biggest, weirdest maze ever, and it was glorious. I think that might do for now. I don't want to make the facing too sheer. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna say that's gonna be the landscape collection. I can't ever spell this right. Landscape. And then we're gonna move these 2 up to here. Okay. And then I'm gonna just say like new bar. And this is gonna be called like buildings. Oh, tires! It's crazy. We'll give the landscape just a very basic a material. We're gonna call it Daydream Mini Crease. Greens. Buddy. We'll just give it some like sort of a crease. Isn't very green, is it? Especially not on the south, it's more kind of yellowy, so we're going to sort of head up that direction. We'll keep it quite richly cut. That's too yellow. We'll do it nicer. Okay. If I go into buildings now, I'm gonna move the 3D cursor. Let's see. So, cursor to active. There you go. So let's put my cursor just there. Little dotty line. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a mesh, which is going to be a Auric tube at this point. And we're going to assign something really simple, just to sort of grey box the idea, okay? We're not doing anything too serious right now. But we're going to say switch to that. And then G and Oaks. Bam. Like so. And then we're going to pull this T and X down to there. Okay. Then we're just gonna do a bit of extension down here because while I put in land, I might be grateful there's a bit more to it than that. And then what I want to do is I want to probably inset. I thought that's I, isn't it? Oh, what's I join that? Try again. Inset. Oh, it's Control F. Okay, just like so. And we're gonna G and Z that just a little. And then we're gonna extrude it upwards. And then we're gonna probably leave that there, to be honest, for that shape. But what I do need to do is I'm gonna copy that. Okay, Shift D. I'm gonna move that up on the Z axis. Oops. Just above it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this. I'm going to rip some faces off. That sounds really barbaric. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. You ready? So if I just shape myself up. So if you run this, that's pressing the full stop key or the point key on the number pad allows it to rotate around a select object, which is always welcome. And then if I delete that, I delete faces, which takes us back to a more simple shape. And then what we'll do is I'm going to race back to here. I'm going to say that, that, and that. And go say make a face. Great, that's the F key there. So the next thing I'm going to do, dudes, is I'm going to G and Z. And there's a reason I did this. So, 2 seconds. So extrude just a smidge. Okay, just a smidge. Actually, if I just extrude there and then I scale, then I can extrude again here. Okay, and then I'm going to extrude again. Then let's scale it again. There is a plan here, dudes. There is a plan. So, now this is probably not my wisest idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to do a loop cut just on this middle piece. Unfortunately, that will put a slice through everything else. So what I could have probably done is separate them and done this, but I'm just going to plow on because this is, I don't really care about precision here. So if I now G that and pull it upwards, now I have a lovely triangle. So, great. Here we go. Just created a very, very simple beat temple. And I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to again duplicate this. And then I'm going to move it up just a bit. I'm going to just do exactly the same as I did before. So I'm going to say select. Oops. There's probably a quicker way of doing this. Like a select similar or whatever. Oh, hello. So I probably missed one. But I'm just going to try deleting faces. Yeah, I missed one. There is. So we just, can't get it right. And delete that face. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add this face thumb just here, okay? Boop, like so. And then, see me thinking, does anyone remember Dude, Where's My Car? That was the silliest movie. But I love it. And then we're going to G and Z, move this up to sort of snap with pouring top of there, okay? And then I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to scale it on the axis of the Y axis. Well, I've just realised that needs to be centered, so I need to recenter the origin, otherwise this is going to go absolutely up the wall. So, origin to geometry, okay? And then we'll do scale, X, and the Y, and pull it inwards. So we end up with a lovely little antechamber, of which, guys, this is the next bit. You ready? Actually, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to use the / key down the bottom right of the keyboard to bring me into this uninterrupted. I'm going to set the top and the bottom. And I'm going to say, who's Control F, isn't it? I'm going to say inset faces. And I'm going to pull it in just a bit. Just a bit, just a smidge. And that's actually done the same on both sides. It's kind of nice. And then, with those two things selected, check this out. Bridge edge loops. I mean, after we've now created a lovely hollow box. Now I don't really need these top edges for where we're going, so I could delete them. Hell, I'm not going to. Honestly, I say I'm really boxing this, but it might actually just be the final version of what I'm done. So, now, let me, if I drag that down to here, that's fine. And then if I drag this down, okay, here, oh, here, how is that looking? So that's the interior chamber, okay? Now what I could do here is I could do a Boolean cap through here. Oh, hello everyone on YouTube. Oh, by the way, if anyone's watching on YouTube, please do click the like button. It means a lot to me. She do. It means you like the stuff that I'm doing, and that's very cool. Thank you. So I'm just going to take another duplicate in this. And we are going to make that smaller. Oh, no, we need to create origin. So, my bad. To origin to geometry, okay? And if I pull this up just a bit. So again, guys, this is going to be sloppy as shit. I do apologize. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And boopity go boop. Okay. Back. And I just need to make a solid out of this, okay? When we touch on this, if I just delete that. Faces. And then we'll do a select like 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. We're going to make a face out of that. We're going to make a face out of you. I think, leverage is going to pull that down, okay? And I'm going to try and grab the other face, which if I just do this, I should be able to select the bottom face. Let's make sure I'm doing that. Yeah, there we go. And if I undo that, I should be able to now G and Z that all the way up. And if anyone's not following me on Instagram, please do. And if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, please do also. It's free for you to do that. It does help me a ton. Okay. So I need to now think I'm gonna try scaling them on the X only. Yeah, that's great. So then Colony. There we go. Perfect. So I'm actually gonna do something really rude right now. I'm gonna have a Boolean capped here because I'm feeling particularly lazy. I could do this with loop cut and slide, but I'm not going to. Which might be a massive mistake. Great. So exact, fine. If I now say that was cube 2. I like to give things prefixes. If I'm using something as a Boolean cutter, it's just going to be called cutter underscore whatever. So I've now got a really nice cut through there. It's great. That's one of my temples. Now for the next thing. Oh, I'm actually gagging over the toilet, mate. They may have to end the stream or roll off or something. Ooh. Oh, 2 seconds. Just spotted something. Feel. Good God, there's 10 people in the White Lotus right now, guys. That's nuts. How is that even a thing? Swap. Swap session, okay, we'll try that. Okay. Well, off we go. Sorry about that, I get distracted. I'm trying to run a club in VR at the same time as doing this. I say run. I'm not really running the club right now. I'm just having a little look. So, I forgot. That's wonderful. Roach has come back to here. And Thinham got there. Yeah, they can switch it to a nightclub theme. So right now in the Lotus. That's so funny. Right now in the Lotus, guys, if anyone's watching and you want to join in the fan, there is a URL in the bottom, whitelotus.com. You go there, you can actually jump in right now. It's a nightclub that is running at the moment in VR. Oh, so we'll just pull their bot out. That's funny. Yeah, we're just giving each other a knowing nod there. Okay. Oh, and here we go. Can we just get the music started up over there? Wonderful. So yeah, if you could join that nightclub right now, that's just to the bottom right corner. You'll see there's like tons of people in there. I'll be in there very shortly myself. Actually, I didn't know there were so many people in there already. See, on Mondays I don't open till 10, but I think there are a lot of the community love going there. I've been in here, so that's really fun. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do very, very quickly is I'm going to just create some pillars, okay? So to do this, I'm going to add cylinder. Yes. Am I happy with that? I'm not. I need to simplify these. So if I say I've mesh, add cylinder, I need to take this down from 32 to say a bit more modest. Like, let's see what 12 looks like. 12 looks okay. I can dig 12. I can dig 12. Yeah. So if I just jump up here, and then I scale that downward a little. Okay, we'll bring that in. And then I'm just gonna... Oh my god, I've never used these grab handles before in Blender. That's magical. And then we need to scale it. Oh, scale it on the Z. Upward a little, just so we can see what we're doing. And down. And then. Oops. And scale it inwards. Now I need to get a bit of a sideways view in this. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Can I select this, and this, and bring that in for... I didn't know you could do that. That was random. So just by pressing the / key with 3 things selected, it brings you into like the focus view. With everything else removed. That's so useful to know. It's a random thought. So if we just bring that... Oh, hello. Sorry. I should be sure I'm not doing that. G and up. And scale and on the Z. Feel wonderful. Look at that. So, I mean... Thought. And then we're simply going to... I'm probably not going to finish this today, guys. Blocking with a good old country try. If we go array... And now I want to change the factor to Y, maybe 1. Other way, please. Thank you. And then we can just do it. Oh god, that was so fluky. Felt that first time for a second. That. Ha! Amazing. Okay, and then we added another array. Okay. And that array, yes, is now going to replicate that set of columns over to you. Yeah, like this. Sure. So if I have a look at this now, you can see I've duplicated the arrays this direction and that direction, which is kind of fun. Right. So, okay, I'll blow the secret. For anyone watching, this isn't exclusive. So what I'm doing is I'm working on a tiny model village of classical Greece, a certain part of it just with temples and houses and stuff. And then in the Lotus, what we're going to do is people can go really small and like just jam themselves into these mini temples and whatnot. Now, it's not going to be super dense, because there's only so small you can make players before you get problems, okay? That's gonna be just a bit of fun. Oh, I keep not selecting. Oh, I see the cylinders need to come up. A little bit down that. So if you just pull that back over to you. You gotta be kidding me. Dance together, man, come on. Oh my god, right. Why did we not select that? We're just being an idiot there. What, why? Come on now. Yeah, that's working. Are you only kidding? Is it because it's not visible? That will be so stupid if that was the case. Unbelievable, come on. Sweat the damn food. Oh, why are you stacking metal all the time? That's frustrating. Okay, to up here. So we gotta just sort of lay that in the ground a little bit. Just like so. And what we'll check is not so submerged or anything, but and we'll turn it slightly as well, but let's just make this guy invisible again. So we've got ourselves a nice little Greek temple. That can be a fun little village for people to just go into the buildings, sort of populate. Right guys, I need to run to the toilet, so I am going to end the stream here. If you need me, go catch me inside the White Lotus. I will be in there very, very shortly. It's free to join. I do have a sort of an age limit of 25 against it. However, if you act like you're 25 and you conduct yourself like you're 25, you will be okay in there. It's not a legal requirement. It's just to keep away people with younger mindsets who was drums. Hey, right, yes, let's end the stream now. And see you there.